Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam, or xJawz, and today I got a dual commentary over a Game Battles match with the leader of my ex Game Battles team, sort of. Say what's up.
Hey, what's up?
So this guy is Matt, and I've mentioned it before and talked about our Game Battles team before. This gameplay is actually his, but anyway, you'll notice just a second ago I said ex Game Battles team, not any hard feelings, not that like I left the team, but things sort of just kind of fell apart. We weren't enjoying it that much anymore, and me and him are both putting a little bit more effort and focus onto our YouTube channels because he does commentaries as well. And it wasn't any like sort of bad breakup or anything. Socrates left the team, who you guys should know. A lot of you guys know Socrates, and it was just sort of like we all parted our ways, whatever. But Matt is a really good player. He taught me quite a bit about competitive gaming since I told you guys before that I played Pro Circuit Ladder for Call of Duty 4 and did pretty well on that. But as far as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 competitive gameplay goes, I didn't really know what I was doing, especially in modes like Demolition and Capture the Flag that hadn't been in the competitive circuit because they didn't exist when Call of Duty 4 was around. So he helped me out with that, and he's just like a good player, and he's one of the few guys who makes commentaries who manages to do well on game battles matches. So anyway, why don't you introduce this gameplay that we're watching right here?
Alright, well, this is some demolition on xJawz, and kill streaks are actually on in this match, which usually we don't play, but we decided to change things up a little bit, and yeah, it still turned out well.
Yeah, so a lot of guys were asking me about how are like can you use kill streaks in game battles? Like what's allowed, what's not allowed. Well, it's all challenge option, which means you can put up a challenge for whatever. And this team right here that we were playing was a fairly decent team, and they were actually a kill streaks on team. Like that's what they played mainly. And normally, not many. And no offense if you guys out there play this, but normally not many teams play that, and it was like the only thing up on the ladder, so I think that's why you guys were playing this match,
Yeah.
and you accepted it. But you can like put for each match whether you want kill streaks on or off, grenade launchers, all that good stuff. And mostly the good teams that you'll find on game battles, there's one of two settings that they use: either one MLG variant or two perks only. When people say perks only, that means all the other different challenge options, such as Claymore, C4, grenade launchers, kill streaks, radar always on, all that stuff is disabled. The only thing allowed on the match option is perks, or is perks. So teams that play that and can do well are usually the teams that are actually fairly good and have some skill. And again, not to offend anybody who plays that stuff, but a lot of people were asking me who don't play game battles if that stuff's allowed, and it's all challenge option. There's one other thing I wanted to bring up, and that's sort of like the guns. And I'm sure you're gonna have something to say about this, but like a lot of people are talking about how game battles is all FAMASs and UMPs, and it takes no skill to do that. And I don't think people understand. So you want to talk about why everybody uses FAMASs and UMPs and whatnot for game battles?
Well, yeah, it's pretty simple, just because, obviously it's the best gun in their class, as you say a lot, and you get good mobility and crap with the UMP, so a lot of people use it, and Thomas is one burst usually, so both good weapons.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that when you're playing competitively, nothing but the win
Yeah,
matters. Like literally, like if they didn't put any rules on it, if it was just playing team deathmatch or playing demolition, whatever, people literally would use grenade launchers. Like people will do whatever they need to win, and that might sound like a pussy, or that might make you a pussy. You think, or not you, Matt, but some people might think that it makes you a pussy to use these guns and whatnot. But what a lot of people don't realize is that's what everybody's using because people are going for the win. People find little clever shit to do all the time because whatever they're going to do to win, they're going to do whatever it takes. And using a UMP is the least of it, trust me. Matt, I don't know if you've ever played Radar Always On. Sometimes in singles, people mess around with Radar Always On matches where it's like, a permanent UAV. But I was playing the other day just messing around on singles, and people switch up like one-man army with danger close frag grenades and like domination, and will just sit there and throw frags at the same thing over and over and over. In a game, I accepted it, and I thought I was going to be playing some, regular old domination where we run around and capture flags. No, 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 no. He as soon as he got B, he was throwing grenades every 4 seconds at B, or every 6 seconds, whatever, because like people just do what they do to win, and that's what makes it competitive. If people held back, if people used mini Uzis left and right and switched it up with like cold blooded and hardline just to fuck around or something, it wouldn't be competitive and it wouldn't be difficult. So we're doing we're playing competitively, and we're going to do, we're going to play the way everybody else plays. We're not going to hold ourselves back. Now, on that note, a lot of people do, make gameplays where they, mess around with different guns. Like they use like vectors, like thermal vectors and whatnot. And that's great fun and all when you're playing against bad players in public matches. But when you're playing against players who know what they're doing, are organized, have lots of communication, have been playing game battles and are experienced, you don't do that stuff. Like, you don't do that stuff if you want to do well in game battles. So anyway, I thought we would talk about our team and sort of how I met them, because a lot of people were talking about or were asking me about how they could get involved in game battles and how I met my team and how they could be the team. So Matt, you want to explain kind of how I got on board with the team?
Alright, well, I just basically sent him a random message asking if, well, we were looking for like another good player, and I didn't expect to get an answer from him, obviously, because he gets a lot of messages from people asking for a GB team. So I didn't actually expect him to join our team, but he did respond, and I got lucky, I guess.
Yeah, I got a message one day, and Matt was like, "Hey, can you check out my Game Battles theme and whatnot?" And I've talked about before on my channel how I try and read all my messages and respond to the ones that I feel deserve a response, that aren't really redundant questions like "What's your sensitivity?" And he just asked me to check out his team. He didn't say join the team. He didn't tell me what was going on. He was like, just check out this link, see if you maybe want to join. And I checked it out, and I saw that they were 23-0. Like, I was expecting them to be a pretty bad team. They had 23 wins and 0 losses. And then I'm thinking to myself, all right, this is one of those teams that plays with like kill streaks on, or they play with grenade launchers on, or radars on, some bullshit that allows them to do well. And I checked all their matches, and no, they're playing perks only demolition, like a respectable game type that good players play. And I was like, wow, like I wouldn't expect somebody who's this good on game battles to even watch my games, because a lot of people who watch my commentaries are people who need help with playing public matches and are looking for tips and tricks on how to get better. And Matt and his team is definitely not people who need help getting better. So I was pretty surprised, and I was like, obviously I want to get involved with this team. It seems pretty cool. I think I mentioned a couple times before that I wanted to get back into competitive gaming, and it was just pretty cool. You invited me, and we had a lot of fun. We ended up, like I said, getting Socrates on the team and Ryan X Smith, 2 other guys who make commentaries and have game battles experience, which is something I really
Yeah,
you missed that three piece. You missed that three
cause the
piece because
painkiller.
the painkiller. That's a bit. A 3-piece in a 4 versus 4 game in game battles is really, really big. But anyway, let's talk about that just for the last little bit of this commentary. Painkiller. A lot of people are talking about how it's supposed to be competitive and people not using cheap stuff. Why is Painkiller allowed? Well, guys, like Game Battles doesn't actually take things away from you. They give you the option on everything, and there is the option to play MLG, PCL, and take away Painkiller. But because, like I said, respectable teams play both MLG and perks only. Some people play with the Painkiller allowed, some people play with it not. But it is kind of hard to regulate death streaks because you can't actually see on somebody's class when they kill you, like in the kill cam and whatnot. So it's just kind of like a gray area in game battles. I admit it makes the game a little bit less competitive. But anyway, this game's over. Your final score is 25-9, which is great for a game battles match. Guys, go check out Matt's channel. He uploads some awesome games on his channel. He's a really truly good player. You saw in this match. He's not just one of those pub stars. He can actually hold his own in game battles games. So any last words?
Just thanks for having me on. I know I didn't talk all that much, but yeah, thanks.
Yeah, he's a great player. He didn't talk that much. Go check out his channel. Link in the description. See you guys later.